Hi there! Before we begin the story, if you're listening without looking at the pictures, that's wonderful. Using your imagination is one of the best parts of a story. You get to picture the characters and everything that happens all on your own. If you're listening and following the pictures, that's great too. It's a different kind of experience, and it also uses your imagination. And here's a fun challenge. Try to spot the wizard hiding in the pictures. In how many pictures can you find him? You'll find the answer in the video description. Enjoy the story. Here we go! The Costume Wizard by Sean Berlin. In one city, there lived two siblings, a big sister and her little brother. It was Halloween, and they were celebrating the holiday. The city held a Halloween fair, and anyone could come. Costumes were welcome but not required. The kids decided to go with their parents. The big sister dressed up as a wizard, and her little brother was a dinosaur, who was also the wizard magic helper. Since he was the wizard's magic helper, he had 2 stars painted on his cheeks, one on each side. They went to the fair with their parents and walked around the booths together. There were all kinds of booths, like one where you had to toss a ball into a hole. If you got all 5 balls in, you won a giant prize. If you got 4 out of 5 balls in, you won a big prize. If you got 3 out of 5 balls in, you won a small prize. And if you got fewer than 3, you didn't win anything. And that's how things worked at most of the booths. It might sound unfair that if you tried but didn't succeed, you don't get a prize. But people pay to play, and only those who succeed get rewarded. If they gave prizes to all, the person who running the booth wouldn't earn any money, and he should make some money too. Some booths are so hard that almost no one wins, and they had seen one like that before. But if someone does win, they get a huge prize, really big. And even if you don't win anything, playing the game is fun, and that's a kind of prize too, isn't it? In other words, just playing, even without winning a prize, is still fun. There were also food booths, and everything smelled and tasted amazing. There was a hot dog stand where you could even ask for 2 hot dogs in one bun. You could add whatever you wanted: parsley, cilantro, black pepper, salt, ketchup, mustard, mayo, fried onions, raw onions, purple onions, white onions, even green onions. There were all the options you could possibly think of, both for adults and for kids together. It was truly wonderful. Suddenly, they noticed a boy who looked very sad. He was standing there with his big sister. They walked over and watched quietly. It was easy to see why he was sad. His wizard costume had a wand and it was broken. That's why he looked so upset. The big sister, dressed as a wizard, felt sad too. She could relate, and she had a lot of empathy for people, and especially kids. She wanted to help him, somehow. She started walking toward the boy and told her little brother, "Come with me." "Hi there," she said gently. "You look pretty sad." And the boy cried and said, Yes, I'm sad, because my wand broke." Meanwhile, the boy's big sister gently patted him and tried to comfort him. She said, "We can buy another wand. I'm sure we have another one at home." But the boy said, "No, I want only my wand, just the way it was before it broke." The big sister, dressed as a wizard, said, "You know what? I'm a wizard, right?" So the boy answered, "You're not really a wizard, you're just dressed as one." Then she said, "No, I'm actually not dressed as a wizard. I'm a real wizard. And if you give me your wand, I'll be able to fix it with magic." The boy's eyes went wide. Really? He asked. The boy's big sister raised an eyebrow. Really? The big sister, dressed as a wizard, nodded. I think so. Want me to give it a try? Okay, he said with a little smile. She took the wand, turned her back to them, and told her brother in the dinosaur's costume, who was also her helper, to turn around as well. He turned around. She said to him, Listen, I don't really know how to solve this problem. Do you have any ideas? No, I don't have any ideas either. And I don't get why you said you're a real wizard. We're just wearing costumes. So she said, Look, we're just dressed up, but maybe the fact that we dressed up can somehow make us real wizards. Let's try. You're my helper. Take the wand and put it in your mouth. I mean, in the dinosaur's mouth. And he said, Okay. The big sister, dressed up as a wizard, gently joined the two broken pieces of the wand and placed them inside the dinosaur's mouth. Okay, turn around with me. Let's face the boy and his big sister again. And together they turned to face them. Then she said, Hey kid, look. Hocus pocus, candy corn focus. Magic wand, be whole. Then her brother, the assistant in the dinosaur costume, wiggled his tail, wiggled his arms, jumped 4 times, spun around, and opened the dinosaur's mouth wide. His big sister, dressed as a wizard, cut the wand in mid-air, and like magic, it was completely whole. The boy took the wand and gasped, Wow, you really are a wizard! Thank you! The boy's big sister said, Wow, I have no idea how you did that, but thank you. They looked at it. It wasn't tapped or anything. It looked just like a brand new wand. They parted ways with a goodbye. The little brother, dressed as a dinosaur, turned to his big sister and asked, How did you do that? I don't know. It surprised me too. I just gave it a try, and it worked. They decided to keep wandering around the fair. After a while, the little brother said, I'm kinda hungry. It's too bad we don't have any money. Where are our parents? They had split up earlier. Since the sister was pretty grown up, it was fine for her to walk around with her little brother. She was 15, so their parents felt okay letting them walk around on their own, as long as they stayed nearby. She even had a cell phone, just in case. Most 15 years old have a wallet, but she'd left hers at home on purpose. She figured she'd be with her parents anyway, and if she needed anything, she could just ask them for money. She said, I really don't know where our parents are. I could call them, but you know what? Let's try something else. I'll try a little magic. Maybe we'll suddenly have some money. So he asked, Really? She nodded, yes, with a big grin that quickly turned into a serious, focused look. The little brother held his belly and gave it a little rub. He was really hungry. And sometimes people show they're hungry by making little circles on their stomach. I'll give it another try. It worked the first time, maybe it will work again. She stepped up to her brother's pocket, waved her magic wand, and drew tiny circles in the air around it. And she said, Abracadabra, let there be enough money for 2 meals for this food stand. They were standing in front of a corn and hot dog stand. The brother cut in, What do you mean 2 meals? I only want 1. She replied, Well, now I'm hungry too, so 2 meals. Poof! Suddenly, they heard a clinking sound. He peeked into his pocket and suddenly felt something heavy. And there it was, money. The sister was amazed. Wow! And he said, Yeah, seriously, wow! How did you do that? I don't know, I just tried, and it worked. They bought the corn and hot dog from the stand and they were thrilled. Later on, they met up with their parents and told them everything with excitement. The parents had no idea where they got the money to buy the corn and hot dog. They told them the whole story, and Dad said, "What are you talking about? There is no such thing as real magic." Then the sister said, "You know what, Dad? I'll show you, if you don't believe me." He said, "Go ahead, show me. I don't believe you. You can't just make money or magically fix a broken wand." She said, "All right, come see some magic, Dad. Didn't you say you lost some pen of yours you really loved at work, right?" "That's right, it happened at work. Someone took my favorite pen during a meeting, and I don't know who it was, but I'm sure it was just a mistake," Dad replied. She said, "All right, come see some magic. I'm gonna bring it back for you." Dad said, "That pen went missing at work. You don't even know what it looks like." She smiled and said, "All right, just wait and see." He had a chest pocket on his shirt. She waved her wand and traced little circles near it. She said, "Hocus pocus, candy corn focus. Bring back the pen that once was yours." Suddenly, he looked down at his pocket and saw something inside. "What? No way! How is this possible? Is this really my pen? How did you do that?" "I told you I know how to do magic," she said, clearly pleased with herself. The sister, her little brother, and their parents kept exploring the fair and having a great time. So, what's the secret behind this whole story? You're probably wondering. Do you think you know the answer? The girl was just pretending to be a wizard, and her little brother was dressed up as a dinosaur who was also her wizard assistant. But in the crowd, at the fair, there was a wizard who was truly, genuinely real. He also saw the boy crying because his wand had broken, and he wanted to help him. But before he managed to walk over and offer help, he saw the siblings already stepping in first. He was deeply moved by their wish to help someone else, to care for others in a moment of trouble. So he decided he would perform the magic from afar. He was the one who fixed the wand, doing it from a distance, while giving the big sister, who was dressed as a wizard, the feeling she had done it herself. After that, he kept an eye on them. They had really touched his heart. He watched curiously, wondering what they'd do next. Then he saw them standing hungrily in front of a food stand, and from a distance he figured out what they were up to. The little brother rubbed his belly, and that's how the wizard knew he was hungry. They were standing at the food stand when she waved her wand in circles around his pocket. That's when he realized they probably wanted money to buy food. So he cast a little spell to give them just enough coins for 2 meals. Then he saw them meet up with their parents and thought, "They'll never believe the kids. I was the one who did the real magic, and those two were just pretending." So he walked past while they were talking and caught the part about the pen. They didn't even notice him because they didn't know he was a real wizard or that he had helped from afar. He blended right into the crowd. He was dressed as a wizard himself, and since it was Halloween, there were so many costumes everywhere that he didn't stand out at all. He just looked like one more person in a wizard costume. He had seen the whole thing, the broken wand, the hungry kids at the food stand, and now he had heard the entire story about the pen. And that's when he performed one more real piece of magic, the one that brought back the pen.